Good morning. Excuse the sweat, I was out walking. I walked to Coughlin, it's 3.7 kilometres that way. I'm back for the breakfast. I trust everybody had a good weekend. I had quite a hectic weekend, you know. I had quite a hectic weekend. I was out the other night with a little one from Brazil. Nice little one, but, you know, uh, very intelligent little one. She studied aerospace engineering. And whenever you're out with somebody that studies like of this intellect, drinking large Jamesons, you'd want to. I listen very closely, very intently, because I don't know. I've explained this before that the reasons why they're called speakeasies. The universe gets to speak. There's no inhibitions. There's no filter. There's no filter when you get someone of that intellect with no filter. This. I listen really, really intently. And that's why, I was looking up to the universe. We're in this restaurant here. The food is shit. And food is completely shit. I won't be so cruel as to name the restaurant, but they gave me fucking paper plates. I'll tell you. I said to myself, sitting in this restaurant, I just said to myself, are these fuckers, when it comes to business acumen, are they retarded like? Are they retarded like? Sitting in a fucking prime location. A fucking prime location. Like this is prime location. Old town, Velico Terranova. Big fucking energy line. They're handing out fucking paper plates and shit food. And I mean shit food. With shit customer service and shit food and a shit concept. And I was saying to the what the fuck is this shit? You know what I mean? Because I wanted to go to a fucking nice restaurant sort of on the perimeter of the city. That's completely full because they're not in a prime location, but the food is class. The food is class. And here's these fucking I'm not even. I was going to call them spastics, but they're not spastics. What's a spastic? But they fucking serve fucking paper plates and shit food and plastic cheese for brie. It's not even brie, it's plastic cheese. And I just said to myself, these people need a good kick in the bollocks. What the fuck is wrong with these people? You'd have to be fucking stupid anyway. I had to unravel the ambiguities of why the food was shit, but the food is not important. These are only base pleasures, and the most important thing was what this little one had to say. And I learned loads. She's vegan like, and she was telling me like that why she's vegan, and she's vegan because she grew up on a farm and this, that and the other. Now she was telling me things like she was telling me that she suffers an iron deficiency because that even though you can take an iron supplement, it's not bioflammable. The body can't absorb it without the other molecules that's in the beef. With the other things that's in the beef along with the iron, the body can't absorb the iron. And so she results in an iron deficiency, which means that it affects her hair and things like this, And I says, that's I never knew this, and I never knew this, that even though you take an iron supplement, that the body can't absorb it without the other things that's in the meat, that enables the body to absorb the iron. I said, yes. And then I said, this is very, very interesting, because I was starting now, she's carrying a little bit of weight, not important to me. I see the soul. I always believe in seeing the soul, and she's a very beautiful soul, but she's carrying a bit of weight. And I said to myself, I was thinking to myself, how is it possible for a vegan to be carrying a bit of weight? How is this like I met a lad one time back in Plovdiv, and he used to eat only raw vegetables, and there was more meat on a tinker's whip. I'm telling you, this lad. Now, I don't. In my personal opinion, due to my aesthetics, I don't think he looked well. For me, he looked a bit gaunt, a bit. Because by Jesus, he was lean. But he was like a lean with no muscle. I said about him, he looks like he's straight out of Belson. He did. He looked like he was straight out of Belson. Yeah. But I suppose we have to find balance. But I was saying to him, what do you do for the B12? What do you do for the B12? Because this is what you lack if you're vegan. You lack B12, iron, and B12, iron, yeah, B12 and iron, B vitamins and iron, something else as well. Maybe magnesium, but you get the magnesium easy enough. But I said, what do you do for the B12? And he says, by eating the raw vegetables, there's enough insects in the raw vegetables. You don't wash them. You eat the insects. You don't think about it too much, but you eat the insects, and insects are extremely high in protein and extremely high in B vitamins. So he said, he says it's proven, but he said, I feel great because there's enough B12 in the insects that he consumes with the raw vegetables to address this. So this is the first thing if you're vegan. More raw vegetables, I suggest. The second thing I suggest is I was thinking about this and thinking about this, and I said to myself, yeah, and I had to think about drinking the, and I said I was saying to the French the yoga teacher up in the hospital, I was saying, what do you drink when you're out? Because I was drinking about the unraveling the ambiguities of drinking the whiskey, because there's a few women who after being out with Joe that drink whiskey, and they all had really important things to say, like things that I really had to focus, I'd really pay attention, I really had to pay attention. And did I tell you that's the reason for the shit meal? These base pleasures are not important. The most important thing was what she had to say, and anything else is just a distraction from what she had to say. So yeah, but yeah. So I said the last French girl I was out with drinking pints of Guinness, and she was well able to put them away. And then I said to myself, Guinness is good for iron. Guinness is good for iron. How much iron is in Guinness? And in seeking to try and understand and resolve the whole iron deficiency problem, I said to myself, well, Guinness is high in iron because they give it to you after you're taking blood. But I found then that Guinness is perfect for me, because remember I was saying like I drink the malt beer after training because it's high in antioxidants. It rinses my kidneys, and it's yeah, it flushes out the free radicals after training. But now I find the Guinness is even better for me because it's high in nitrogen. All the rest of those use carbon dioxide when they're pouring the beer, and carbon dioxide at the can. And as one little one said to me, when I asked her, do you want some fizzy water? It's higher in minerals than flat water. She said, no, I don't drink carbon dioxide. And then I had to really think about this, but I still drink the carbonated water because it's higher in minerals. But I'll breathe out the carbon dioxide. but yeah, the Guinness is good for me because it's full of nitrogen. And if you know anything about bodybuilding, nitrogen is really, really important when it comes to building muscle. So from here on in, the post-workout drink is going to be Guinness. Guinness for strength. That is the fucking truth. And high in iron, high in antioxidants. Guinness is going to be my new post-workout drink. But I'm just saying, in seeking to help others, you help yourself. Same as if you injure others, to injure yourself. But this is a deeper understanding than I expect you to understand. But when it comes to being vegan, you could also change like she was from Brazil, and like some people are more can be vegan a lot easier than others. Maybe like it goes by your gene code. So if you come from Italy, for example, they wouldn't be big on beef, or in China they're not big on beef, or even in Bulgaria they're not big on beef. But this all depends on your gene code. Like for example, like they say in these South American countries about how wonderful goji berries are, goji berries. But goji berries aren't what the fuck to somebody with of Bulgarian genes, because we find better for our diet our beans and pulses like lentils, beans, this sort of thing, for our protein, for our dietary needs. It suits our gene code better, the Bulgarian gene code better. But as you know yourself, like they're big on meat in these South American countries, big on beef. You know what I mean? But this is why, like, she would suffer more with an iron deficiency, because if you get your bloods done, you can see what you're deficient in for your gene code. So it's a very good idea to get your bloods done and see what you're deficient in for your gene code. Your gene code is really, really important in these things, And then even if you decided to address the whole reason that you're vegan, you could come to an understanding of nature, that all nature cannibalizes itself. All nature cannibalizes itself and rebirths itself. This is what the oxyboros, one of the ambiguities of the oxyboros. you know, the snake that eats his tail. But this is a very deep and profound discussion, like when it comes to understanding these things, that I'm sure you don't want to hear it in this short video. But this is how an understanding of nature helps you with your perception, and helps you with these with your morality and with your understanding of nature, and with your morality, such as uh, uh, eating animals, or killing people, or whatever you like. You know what I mean? It helps you redefine your morality. An understanding of nature helps you to redefine your morality. But as I say, it's not a topic of conversation. But lentils are really high in iron. And really, when you have this iron deficiency, you have to think really, really careful about your diet. Like, for example, you have to think really, really careful about your diet and address these deficiencies, such as lentils. You need more lentils, very high in iron. You're not going to eat egg yolks if you're vegan, but obviously the egg yolks very high in iron. Black cumin seed oil, more oils, because when you're short in iron, you're going to be anemic, which means you're going to be fucked. You're going to be tired all the time, and it's hard to think. It's hard to think. You're anemic, and which causes your body to crave sugar and crave fats. Crave fats, and this is why they tend to gain weight. That's why you see some fat vegetarians, they crave sugar. They're anemic, low in iron, low in B12. B12s are all your energy vitamins, and then your iron deficiency causes you to be anemic, causes the rings under the eyes as well. She doesn't have the rings under her eyes, but another girl I know has rings under her eyes. She's possibly anemic. Well, this is one of the signs of being anemic, is an iron deficiency, is the rings under the eyes. But these are things that you address. These are things that you consider and you address. You don't run straight for a box of tablets, but these things can be addressed through diet. And all you have to do is think and overcome, adapt and overcome, adapt and overcome. Yeah. Well, at least anyway, it's a nil wind that doesn't blow someone some good. I'm going to start drinking Guinness now anyway. That's what's one of the... Not only did I learn about iron deficiency and how to address this iron deficiency, I also learned that Guinness is good for me. Perfect for me. Guinness for strength. Good luck. Good morning.